Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. I read an article the other day in Reuters about McDonald's and the fast food industry that reminded me of something that I read recently from Dr. John McDougall. And he said that the pain and suffering inflicted on children by the American diet is so brutal that if it were administered with a stick, parents would be put in jail. And the article I saw was in Reuters on May 19th of 2011, and it reads that a McDonald's corporation spurned calls to assess the impact of its food on childhood obesity, and said its trademark clown, Ronald McDonald, would be hawking Happy Meals to kids for years to come. This is about choice, and we believe in the democratic process. Chief Executive Jim Skinner told a packed room at his shareholders meeting to enthusiastic wave of applause. This is about the personal and individual right to choose. Shareholders of the world's largest fast food chain resoundingly rejected a proposal that would have required it to issue a report outlining its role in the childhood obesity epidemic, saying customers were free to make their own dietary choices. Ronald McDonald is an ambassador of McDonald's, and he is an ambassador for good, meaning for long term. Ronald McDonald is going nowhere, Skinner said firmly, prompting more cheers from shareholders. Among the dissenters at the meeting was Dr. Donald Ziegler, Director of Prevention and Health Lifestyles at the American Medical Association, who asked when the burger chain will stop marketing to children using Ronald McDonald. Ziegler, who is also visiting assistant professor at Rush University Medical Center, was one of 550 healthcare professionals who had signed an open letter to McDonald's pleading that it stop making the next generation sick. Well, you know, folks, I don't have a problem with Ronald McDonald. I think he's a great character, and you know, he makes kids laugh and smile, and that's all great. But imagine the difference, the impact it would have if Ronald McDonald started hawking salads, if he started hawking brown rice, if he started hawking healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, things that truly look like God made it, that was picked off a plant or a bush or out of a tree. Imagine the impact that that could have on our kids in changing the food they want, the food they ask for. Imagine the impact that alone would have on childhood obesity. And you know, childhood obesity is a growing epidemic in this country that is totally preventable. We don't have to allow it. There is no excuse that this generation of kids has a shorter life expectancy than my generation. This, to me, is just absolutely inexcusable. So yeah, I gotta say I'm totally behind Jim Skinner on this one, that it's about choice and believing in the democratic process, that it's about personal and individual right to choose, and customers are free to make their own dietary choices. So folks, let's do that. Let's vote with our wallet and stop going to McDonald's and other fast food restaurants. And let's contact the shows that our kids watch and let them know that you know, they need to stop accepting advertising money from McDonald's and other fast food companies. That they need to stop accepting advertising from companies that are hawking sugar to our kids. We need to stop that. And if the TV show doesn't want to do that, then we turn off the TV or we find a different channel that will do that. But let's take a radical approach here and take responsibility for our health care, the health care of ourselves individually as well as for our families. Let's reform health care, starting with each of us, voting with our wallets. Stop buying fast foods and processed foods. Stop buying that liquid candy called Coke and Diet Coke. You know, and then we get places like McDonald's that are supposedly making healthy choices or healthy options with things like oatmeal. Folks, their oatmeal is so loaded with sugar that it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like eating a Snickers bar for breakfast. What are they thinking? Why would they do that to us? Why would they do that to our kids? So let's stop this nonsense. Let's stop the craziness here. Vote with our wallets. and express our individual choices, just like he said, our freedom to choose, and let's go elsewhere. Because you know what? They could market salads, they could market vegetables, they could market whole grains to our kids and do a world of good. So vote with our wallets. And remember that the pain and suffering inflicted on children by the American diet is so brutal that if it were administered with a stick, parents would be put in jail. That's what Dr. John McDougall said. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.